Hi, I'm Jade Newman. I'm the owner of Southern Girl Property Management. A girl boss to me is not what everybody thinks it is. It takes a lot of discipline, hard work, understanding, compromising, tears, anxiety, acceptance of everything to get through every single day. A girl boss truly has to understand her why in order to get to the next day. That's a girl boss to me.
Hey guys, welcome back to Couch Conversations with Shatara. I am super excited because we have the Boss Up Edition continuing, and I have none other than Mrs. Jade Newman, who is the CEO of Southern Girl Property Management. And when I tell you, I have never met a boss like this one. When I say that I'm on 10, sis is on 20. When I say I have a crazy work ethic, sis has a sick work ethic. So it was no more than right than to bring this boss to the couch so that she can share with you all how she bossed it up day in and day out. Welcome to the couch, Jade.
Thank you.
So guys, look, come on in because we're about to get all of the nuggets, okay? So Jade, you're not really big on social media. You know, you're really, laid back and out of the scene. People don't get to see, Jade. So can you just tell the people who is Jade? Who's Jade Newman?
Jade Newman is, I would say, a very well-rounded girl who's been through a whole lot, and I really understand real life, Honestly, the whole social media thing is not my thing because I'm working on something else right now. So that is very consuming, and I've been through enough to realize that I really can't consume myself with that because we on a mission right now. But Jade Newman is a mother of two with a heavy family on my shoulders. Mm-hmm. But I would say that's my purpose. That's what I'm about. That's Jade.
Yeah. It's crazy that you said that because not too many people understand that social media is a heavy load and it takes away from what you're building. And the fact that as a young, you're in the, in this everyday life, you already understand that social media is a distraction for where you're going right now. That is huge, and it takes a boss to understand that you don't need to put on for the likes. You don't need to put on for what people got to say or think. You already know who you are and where you're going. That is huge, and not too many people have that. See, I knew you was a boss, miss. So, like you said, you're a mother of two. How is that? How is it being a mother of two beautiful kids?
It's a lot because, oh my God, I work so much, so I deal with a lot of my God, I can't believe it. I'm very emotional, but I deal with a lot of, sometimes I feel like, am I doing too much? Am I working too much? Because I kind of feel like I'm slacking when it comes to my kids, but I also understand that it's only me. So, I battle with that every day. I try to watch the time when I get inside, and then when I'm at home, I'm constantly on the computer. So I feel like, am I doing something wrong? But I know there's a lot of positive in that. So it's a lot. I tell people who don't have kids that, get it right now because this is a whole nother load on my shoulder.
Yeah.
But I will say that had I not been a mother, I don't know if, I would be the person I am today. So as much as that's a lot on me, I also know the blessing it is, and I wouldn't trade my kids for the world. So it's the absolute greatest thing, but it's a heavy load for sure.
Yeah, and I heard somebody say one time, and it just made so much sense to me, that when you're running a business and you're doing certain things, you won't be balanced in everything. You won't get an A at being a mother. You won't get an A at being a business owner. You won't get an A at doing laundry. You won't get an A at being a wife. All the A's at the same time. You may have an A in business. You may have a B in being a mother. You may have a D in laundry. You may have a D in being a wife. But you know what? Eventually you will get to a point to where you will have an A in all areas. So, it's good to tell people that no, like she said, when you have kids, it's a whole other ball game. And as a boss, you understand that, you know what? I'm a little sleep because I know I got to make this baseball game, and I know I got to stay on the computer this late or whatever. But at the end of the day, you still get the job done. So I commend you for that 100%. But aren't you a single mother?
Yes. Yes, I am. And that's a lot, but I will say I'm blessed. My family is very supportive. Although, you know, at the end of the day, I am holding it down for everybody, but I'm definitely a single mother, and I couldn't do it without my parents. I don't ever want to get that twisted. I really don't even know how I would do what I'm doing without them, you know. But again, and that's a load on me too, knowing that it's kind of just me. So trying to set that tone, you know, for my kids. So yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is. But you weren't always a single mother. In fact, you dated an all-star athlete. Your kids are for an all-star athlete, right?
He used to be.
Okay, so how was that? In that time when he was an all-star athlete and all those different things, how was that?
Honestly, to me, it was normal because that's how I grew up, and I was with my kids' dad since we were younger. I played sports as a kid. My brothers, we always been involved in sports, so that was nothing to me. You know, so you know, when I was in college, I worked for the team. I did all those things, so it was the norm. But when I look back now, it was like I was in a cult. But you know, I'm totally delivered from it now, and I couldn't even imagine going back into that space. But I don't want to, like, you know, hop on the whole athlete thing because, you know, I have family members who are married to athletes, and they're in wonderful marriages, you know, and nothing against my kids' dad, but, you know, that was a different type of situation, you know. I must say that everything that I am now, I put that into him. So I was totally consumed into that world, you know, and being with an athlete, I realize now that I was living in somewhat of his shadow. You know, in the streets, that's Jones' baby mama, you know. And it wasn't until like about a year and a half ago when somebody was made it aware to me that, oh, that's Jade from Southern, you know, the Southern girl Jade, and it hit me because I'm like, I didn't even realize how long I did not have my own identity. Because I was with him so long that was who I am, you know. And okay, New Orleans, small and street, I may still be that person, but I feel like I've overcame that with who I am now. So it was a very consuming thing. It was different, but again, by me being so used of it, you know, you get into these cycles and you're so blinded, you don't even really realize what's going on. So what I thought was normal right now is absolutely insane. You know, everything was about him. My schedule was around that. Me and my kid traveled every 5 weeks so we could be, you know, so he could be with his dad, and that's what my life was. Every job I took, I made it around him. Every time I went out, I made it around him. So everything I did was revolved around that person. And so I don't know if I answered your question, but that's what it was like. So.
And then what you're saying, it felt like a cult at that moment, but now it's like, no, you're free. The chains are off. You know, you're actually free to be Jade Newman, the owner and CEO of Southern Girl, having your own identity, knowing who you are, and you broke those chains, you know, as a boss, you know. So that's really good. That's good to hear. How did that relationship mold and shape you into the woman you are today?
I kind of always had a strong personality since I was young. So I always knew what I had in me, but I never even thought, you know, what I wanted to do. Even when I picked the college I went to, it was because I was going with him. It was always, my life was planned out for me in my mind, you know, what I thought I wanted back then. I don't really look at it the same now. So I can't even say I don't even know who I was at that time. You know, everything was just, that was my life. It was what it was. You know, it was going to do this, and it was going to move to the city, and it was going to do whatever was going on. And so when I went through what I went through, I had no choice but to try to figure something out. And I don't know, like, it was just a real eye-opener. So I will say it shaped me it's the best thing that ever happened to me. I know I have a lot of flaws from it, but it certainly turned me into the woman I am today because I now know how to not depend on absolutely nobody. You know, I know what it's like for somebody to have power over you and you not even realize it. And again, it also makes me, it prepares me to raise my son, because my son is an athlete, you know, and I know what I don't want. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I got a lot of good qualities from their relationship.
With you saying that, you know, everything revolved around him, all of these different things, and you finally was able to become who you are, you know, after getting out of that relationship, and you were, you know, consumed with that individual versus being consumed with yourself, and it took you to now to be able to say, no, this is who I am. What advice could you give to anybody that's chasing an athlete, chasing a rapper, chasing a celebrity that thinks that that's the way to go? Because even though you went through all of that, even though you had the money, you had the fun, it had all those different things, it came with a price. But today, you built it for yourself. But what advice can you give to some woman for them to know that, you know what, it ain't all what it's cracked up to be, sis? Like, how could you help them out in that area?
I'm gonna say this, as a mature woman now, I'm not saying that it's a problem to date an athlete or anybody with money, no shade, but I will say that before you ever get so consumed into that, you need to really know who you are. You need to really be in love with yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to, everybody like money, everybody like nice things, you know, so, I mean, that's life, we human beings, you know, so the scary part is if you don't know who you are, you will totally get blinded by that lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, it's an addictive lifestyle. And I was listening to something yesterday. It's just like when you get a taste of something, it's hard for you to kind of go back. Okay, so I'm living this certain lifestyle. I don't know if I could go back to this. It's not even about the money, but this is who I am now.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's say you get caught up in this lifestyle before you find yourself. Then you gotta get, you know, it's a setback. Mm-hmm. That's kind of hard, you know what I'm saying? Take a strong person to kind of overcome that. So I will say, and this is hard, but we even got to teach our children is to really, really figure out, okay, so what do I love about you? Meaning yourself. You know what I'm saying? Find yourself before even trying to get involved with anybody, because it's very easy for you to get consumed into, you know, with somebody and definitely that lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fast, fun lifestyle. Mm-hmm. You know, so I wouldn't give anybody no advice to chase nobody. I must say that, but I feel like, you know, confidence shows. You know, everybody feels it, so it's okay to talk to those kind of people, but please know yourself before you do, because if not, you will get lost.
Yeah,
you'll be one of those numbers.
Yeah,
for sure.
Thank you for that. Do you have any regrets?
No, I always say that. I don't have any regrets. A lot of things I would never do again. I don't know if I want to call them regrets, but when I think back, like when I'm telling my little cousins now I would never do, I would have never dated and had a serious boyfriend in high school. I totally missed the whole, I was in college, but my mental wasn't there. You know, it was literally one focus, you know? And I got pregnant at the latter part of my high school years. So that whole life was not what it should have been. Mm-hmm. So if I could go back, I would have never, ever, ever been in a serious relationship. I would have never wrapped my life around somebody else. But again, I can't change that now, so there's no regrets. And again, I feel like it made me who I am today. Had I not faced those obstacles, I don't know if the same drive or hunger would have been inside of me. Yes, I've always been a hustler, mm-hmm. but it's way deeper than my hustle. Yeah. You know, it's way deeper than that.
Yeah, that's good. When did you realize you wanted to be a business owner?
Okay, so like I just said, I always been a hustler. I sold frozen cups when I was a little girl.
Come on, frozen cups.
I did supper plates. I did everything you could think of. It's funny when I think about it now, it must have just been embedded in me. I just always, okay, well, how can I make some money? You know what I'm saying? We're sitting around here, let's make some money. And to my kid's dad, he played sports year round, so he couldn't work, so I could cook. So I did suppers. I made about $800 every Friday. You know, kind of held us over. So I always been a hustler. I know how to make money. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's in me. So me being, and I never have a problem working for people or whatever. I never thought, oh, I want to be a business owner. That was never like a thought. I guess it was a natural thing. Because I've tried different businesses. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of who I am. When I started a nonprofit for my kid's dad after his little situation. So I always kind of had that let's put a plan together type of thing. You know, I guess it was just in me. And even me thinking about a business when I Southern Girl, I didn't even think about it. It just happened.
It just happened. Gotcha. So tell us about your business. Tell us exactly what it is that you do.
So my business, I manage short-term rentals. I stage properties and I manage short-term rentals. And now we're expanding to managing long-term rentals as well. That's it in a nutshell, but it's 1,000 things underneath that
one umbrella. Yeah. Was this business your choice? Like, was this what you wanted to do, or was it something that you just was pushed into, forced into, or the opportunity came and you was slid right in? Like, how did this even come about?
Actually, it was nothing I ever thought of. I was the GM of an in-home care company. So I hired sitters to sit with elderly. And it's funny because I never been a hospital person, nothing like that. So I never even thought I would get into something like that. But, you know, I like to make money. So, okay, I'm a part of it. I started seeing how that franchise was going. And I was really on the verge of learning everything about that franchise. Because what I worked for was a franchise. So I wanted to eventually get one. The way this kind of happened was I was introduced to somebody who was a vacation rental owner. And they needed somebody to work overnight. And I stay up all night, and somebody asked me, did I want to make an extra couple dollars overnight just watching their messages? And I was like, cool. So I'm watching it, and I'm seeing how much money could be made, and I back it up. One of my many business ventures, I was doing interior design. So
okay.
When my kid's dad got into this accident, whatever, we was kind of inside for a long time, and so I got my license to do interior design online. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I just knew I kind of liked doing it. So it's kind of like it all came together. But it really was the numbers that kind of got me, And honestly, the guy that I was working for, he saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself, because I remember when he gave me my first contract, he was like, okay, I'll pay you. I was a little under $100,000 to work for him overnight every night. He's like, well, sign this contract, but I'm putting the contract to where you can kind of leave me whenever you want to do your own thing. And I'm like, no, it's all good. Let's put in there whatever we need to put in there for me to stay with you. I'm rocking with you. I want him to know I'm loyal. He's like, no, I don't even want you to be stuck with me. It was an older guy. I don't know what it was, but he was so adamant about it. And I was like, okay. But he was like, but you good. You always got a job with me. But you're going to take this somewhere else. At that time, I really didn't even understand. I was like, okay. I'm working for the company during the day, I'm doing that at night, and I'm making that extra money, but as time went on, I don't know, it was truly that man. He just kept, he would see me up at night, he would say, let me just train you on different things. And I really want you to leave me. And that's just kind of how that happened. So never thought about vacation rentals, never really thought about real estate, nothing like that. It was never a thought.
And then boom, Southern Girl is birthed out, and you're building this business from the ground up, because it wasn't anything that it was like, okay, here's the blueprint, take this blueprint, and then you build it like this. It was already put out for you. You had to legit come up with your own, policies, your own procedures, your own, all of those different things, right?
I'm still doing it today.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, that's what people don't understand. So it wasn't until 2 years in when I realized I needed an attorney. It wasn't until 2 years in when I realized I needed a non-compete signed. It's a lot, so building from the ground up, it's all fun. Think about it, we can make some money, but I learned a lot, and I'm literally building every day. I'm learning to look at people a little harder. And just really assessing everything, because this business is real. So building from ground up, I don't even know. It's a whole nother animal.
Uh-huh.
It really is.
Tell us some highs and some lows about building a brand.
I'm gonna say off the top, the highs are certainly, at the end of the day, what are we here for? You know, to be able to be that vessel for other people. So I do feel like I touched a lot of people. I've changed a lot of lives. You know, I ain't gonna go back to my story, but I was something else. And so to see people, for people to see me now, it's like I'm a different person, and it's, you know, it's like an eye opener for other people, and I feel like it has changed people's outlook on kind of, you know, the way to attack different things in life or battles.
Yeah.
So that is for sure the high, you know, and another high to be able to be the rock for my family. At the end of the day, that's when I cry about it because it's stressful, I also remember that's what I prayed for. You know what I'm saying? For me to be able to hold it down when it go down, you know, and so that's who I've been. So that's a high, you know. A low is I have to sacrifice a lot.
Time.
Everything. So I don't have the best relationship. You know, I am single. You know, I'm not saying I, you know, don't have no dealings, but I have to sacrifice all of that because my life is really revolved around my business. You know, and it's very time consuming. It's very stressful. I sacrifice that extra time with my children, my family. I gotta turn everybody down. I gotta think about the way this one and that one is looking at me. You know, but that's the lows. But you know, it's about really understanding what I'm doing, and then also really understanding if these people really love me, are they gonna understand it? You know, so I deal with that. I battle with that. I'm getting better, but
you're human.
That's the lows.
Yeah,
for sure.
So you have those lonely moments. You have those times when you're, you know, you want companionship. You know, you want to be. Do you want to be a wife?
It's gonna sound so terrible, but I'm not against it. I don't want to say that. You know, I'm not against it, but it's funny when I think 10 years back, that's what all life was about. Oh, I had my wedding colors picked out and all this stuff. And to be honest with you, right now, I could care less. And it's no shade. I love men. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing like that. But it's not even a thought at all. Like I'm good in my house with my family. You know, I'm happy. I don't feel like it's the time. I have a 11-year-old son who is, you know, he's still battling with this situation. And right now, that's what it's about to me. Me thinking about getting married is literally, it don't even cross my mind. I'm totally at peace with who I am in my situation. And I feel like, you know, God have a plan for everybody. And my plan, maybe this is what it is. And I'm really whole that way. You know, so if it come, whatever. But I honestly, it does not even affect me at all. That's not saying I don't get lonely and I don't like to do things. I'm not saying that.
Right.
When I think about marriage, I could have an anxiety thing because I know how I am. Right now, I can't have nobody in my house dealing. I know they couldn't deal with me.
Yeah.
And my children, and my daddy, and my mama, and my brother. It can't happen. So I don't think about it because right now that's my situation. You know, I gotta deal with what I can control now.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh no, that makes a lot of sense. Would you say you consider your business Southern Girl an empire?
Most definitely.
You're building an empire?
Most definitely.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. It kind of hit me when I feel like we had a training a month or so ago, and I'm like, I'm moving away from this family business and we working towards a corporation because I'm realizing that I can't even operate without policies and procedures in place. You know, we can't operate if we're not disciplined. And the numbers for sure are showing me that it's an empire. You know what I'm saying? It is so hard, but I know what I have, and I know what's literally sitting out there to grab it, but I'm not gonna grab it until I fix every single thing, you know, within corporation. The core for sure. But yeah, it's definitely an empire.
Okay, I like that. See, a girl boss know that whatever she has her hands on, she know when it's an empire. Okay, and I like that. Tell us something, Jade. There are so many women, men out there who have visions, have dreams, and have ideas, and have these businesses, and may have to start from the ground up. What are some things that we can expect when building a business from the ground up? Because you've built your business from the ground up. You've had to go through trial and error. You've had to go through wins. You've had to go through, you know, lessons. Because I don't say losses, but you had to go through lessons. You had to go through parts where it was like, you know what, I quit, I don't want to do it, but you got back up and did it again. You know, so building from the ground up, what are some things we can expect?
Let me tell you something though. I never felt like I wanted to quit. I just gonna tell you that right quick. And you know why? And I realized it's because I got the confirmation that this is what it is for me. So as much as I go crazy, I never, ever, ever felt like I wanted to give this up. I'm giving it 175%. You know what I'm saying? What they need to expect, losses for sure. You say no losses, but it's losses. Lost money, lost friends, everything. You know what I'm saying? So losses for sure, you gotta expect it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta expect, like I said, losing money, losing family, people looking at you different, people not really accepting, you know, you for who you are today.
Who you becoming.
You have to accept people kind of looking down on your business. And I'm just real quick, I remember I went to see this property like 2 years ago for my client. I list his properties, and you know, I met a realtor. She asked me what oh, you're this property manager, what you do it? I told her, and she's like, how you make money on that? And I'm not arrogant at all, but I'm like, okay, yeah, this property, I make this percentage off of that, and I'm like, you do the math. And I'm so forgetful, but that stuck with me, and it was just like, I say that to say you gotta expect to be insulted.
Yeah.
But if you're confident in who you are and what you're doing, that insult was like, nah, you have no idea what I have going on. So you gotta expect all of that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta expect to not be able to operate like normal people.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it's all about what you're trying to do. What's your main goal? What outcome you looking for? And at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? What am I receiving from all of this? You know, so yeah.
That's good. See, a girl boss gotta have tough skin, because building it from the bottom, you gotta have tough skin in order to endure. So Jade, can you tell and encourage somebody out there who is building it, you know, like legit, who can't see the finished product? They can't see, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, you say that you never wanted to quit, but there are some of us out there who do want to quit. What can you tell them to encourage them that no, even though you can't see it, even though it hurt, with the tears, with the anxiety, with the stress, why to keep going?
I would say first, stop. And it's funny that I told somebody this last night. Stop and really think about exactly what you're doing, and ask yourself, is this really my thing? You know, like, do I have it all? Like, is it bringing me everything I want when I think about who I want to be? That's the first question. And if that question can be answered as yes, then forget everything. I don't care what you're selling. I don't care what you're doing. If it's you and you feeling like this is my thing, then just keep going, keep going, keep going, and understand that the higher you get, the harder those battles are gonna get harder. It's gonna get real, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, real world will come in the end. So I feel like definitely, you know, take a look at what you got going on. If that's your why, then you just gotta push through it. I don't even know. I'm gonna say I feel like you gotta have it in you. I don't even know.
You know, sometimes you do have to have it in you, because
it's hard.
It is, and it's not built. Everybody isn't built for it. Everybody isn't built to say, you know what? I can take those moments where I miss important moments with my children. I can have, because I know at one time in my life I was doing some stuff, and I would, like, my husband would tell me all the time, or people around me would say, I mean, what, you're not going to make it to that? You're not going to go to that? You know what? I'm doing what I'm doing right now, and I'm sacrificing at this very moment so I don't have to ever worry about missing it again. I'm sacrificing right now at this very moment so I don't have to ever worry about my kids having to go through what I went through. But it's only certain people who view things like that, because those people who were saying, what are you doing? They would never do it. But they would never get the results that I would get because of the things that I would do, you know. So what you're saying, it makes so much sense. So thank you for that. What are you expecting to come from everything that you're building?
Honestly, I would say the most important thing, I hope that my children learn how to survive. Understand how to survive, and understand what it takes to survive, and understand that you can't depend on nobody. That's the real. It really is not about the money to me. I ain't gonna lie, I like nice things, but honestly, that is really not a thought on my mind. It's about them. You know, like, I I think about the way I was raised, and I love my parents to death, but we were spoiled, you know, in a sense. I ain't gonna sit here and say we had it hard because we really, really had a good life. So this hustle in me ain't really come from that, you know what I'm saying? But I think it came also from like my relationship with somebody having power over me, and you buy me a car, you take it from me, you do these things. And I want my children to understand that when you really work hard for yourself and you do everything for yourself, nobody can take that from you. That, and also that's really the main
That's
thing.
the main thing?
That kind of got me stuck for real. Yeah.
So it kind of sounds like you have this chip. This chip in a sense of, you know, I never stop because I remember that.
And it's a wall. It's definitely a flaw. Maybe I need to seek counseling. Because it's really got me messed up when it comes to I have a hard time with people doing stuff for me.
Yeah.
All the way down to if we're in a restaurant. I really messed up. You know, I know that's a flaw of mine. And I don't even realize how much it affected me, but it's affecting me, you know, because I've always had nice things, but I've also had it taken away from me too. And I don't ever want to feel like that again. So I for sure know that you can put me in no situation and tell me to stop.
Yeah. Because
I would never want to feel that way. And when I think about it, it may seem like it didn't really feel no way, but to now be able to, you know, hold my own, I will never want to feel that way again. And I don't ever want my children to think that that's normal.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's not.
Yeah.
But that's me. You know, no judging.
No, I get it. So as this boss, you have employees. You know, how do you manage them? How do you keep it, you know, all together? And how do you keep it professional?
That's hard because I'm naturally, I feel like I'm down to earth. I'm an open book. You know, I've been told so many times that I need to, you know, not be so, I guess, relaxed, which I feel like I'm not relaxed, you know. It's been a struggle and I'm still dealing with it because, you know, me being the person I am and having the heart I have, I started off wanting to bring everybody with me, friends and everybody, because at the end of the day, it's not about me. I want everybody to eat, you know. But I got, a lot of shit happened, stuff happened from that. So to be able to hold it together, I feel like me being transparent, me being totally open and honest, and also giving everybody else the opportunity to really, you know, to move forward. You know, it's not about, okay, I'm doing this and having everybody stuck. I feel like my intentions is always to put everybody in a better position. And I feel like my transparency has allowed me to somewhat keep it together. I'm not gonna say it's 100% together because I'm still dealing with, you know, because again, I'm always looking for people like me, and everybody is not like me. So it's really, really hard, you know, putting it together. It's a little discouraging too, but I do know that one day we'll get there.
Why is it discouraging?
Because it's seeming very almost impossible to find people. You know, I feel like people work so hard, but I feel like a lot of times it's for a motive or people give up, you know, and I get it. I really do. You know what I'm saying? And I can't do nothing but respect it. It's discouraging because I see past it. I'm like, oh, if we could just stick it out, you know, we gonna get past this, because I know what I've went through and what I go through to this day. But at the end of the day, I don't ever wanna, you know, I will never force anybody to do what they don't want to do. So it's discouraging because I wonder, like, how long? I always think like, well, how long? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna build a solid team, but how long is it gonna be like this? So is it gonna be a revolving door? You know, and I've been, like I told you, when I worked with the other company, I'm hiring and firing every day. So that's the story of my life, you know. So that's the discouraging part of it.
Gotcha. I work for you. And I thought I was a beast. I thought my work ethic was sick. I thought I was like, on it and intense. Then I met you. And I'm like, I've never met a person who is so on 10 all the time. You know, and it's crazy because I'm listening to you say, you know, I expect, you know, I'm looking for a meal, I'm looking for, you know, and I'm just like, how, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is this even possible? I stay up all hours of the night, you're up all hours of the night. You're working like a madman, and I legit, with a husband, with 4 kids, you know, with the things I do on my own, I legit work like a madman, and I'm just like, it's a different type of thing. It takes a different type of person, you know, having to, you know, I feel good being on your team, you know, because it's like, no, I ain't working hard by myself. You know, it's a different thing when you go and you work for people and you know, you work on jobs and it's like, well, damn, I'm doing everything. You know, is all on me. But to have somebody who is the boss and to have somebody who this is your company and you take control of it and you run your company like it is your company. You know, so I commend you and I applaud you for that because yeah, you are, you know, you're lax and you do, you know, but you are very professional and you make it very clear, you know. We don't have moments of disrespect because even though can call you and say, Jade, you know, whatever, but I also know that I respect you as my boss. And it's crazy because for the longest, it was like, I ain't got no boss. Cause, you know, just cause who I am and what you know, so it's, you know, and I had to think about it. The more I would sit, these 4 months have been really great. I've learned a lot from you. And I just have to take this moment to say this. I would have to, you know, I would sit and I would watch, you know, the things you do and how you will move, you know. And it was like, wait, even though you work for her, it's not in the sense of that, you know, you're not your own person or you're not your own boss or you're not that, you know, you don't hover over, you know, make it seem as if, you know, no, I'm in control of you and, you know, I control what you do for the hours that you're here because I pay you. You know, you make it easy for me to say, you know what? Do what it is that you have to do. Do what it is that you're doing, but also just make sure that, you know, you take care of what it is that you got to take care of for me. And I respect that 100% because you can't go on nobody's job and still build your business and still take care of theirs. So that's why I go so hard behind the different things that I do, you know, and my loyalty and how I am towards you because at the end of the day, yeah, this is your business and yeah, you have an expectation of things, but at the same time, you know who I am and you know what I'm capable of and you give me that leeway to say, no, take care of what you need to take care of. But also make sure you don't mishandle me. And I appreciate that about you. And, you know, I just wanted to say that, you know, you do a great job at, you know, being the boss.
And I think, that was a lie. Because, again, a lot of people are selfish. And to me, my whole thing is, I feel like my mentality is to enhance everybody's life around me. And, like, with you, I see everything inside of you. I see it all. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I could be selfish and be like, Shatara, I'm gonna just give you this big salary to try to mind, you know, you to stay with just me. But who am I as a person if I would do that? You know,
right?
I see everything inside of you, so I want you to do everything you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But I do want you on my team. You know, but I keep it real with you every day. You know what I'm saying? I respect what you have going on. I know what it is. You know. But I also know you could do all of this, you know, and I do know that it's a lot to learn. It's a process, and, you know, I feel like I'm very genuine, and I tell you, when I come see you speak, I tell you how I really feel. I don't have to do that, but I do it because I do it from my heart, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if I felt like you didn't have the potential or whatever, if I didn't see it, I would just say, oh, good job, you know what I mean? But it's way deeper than that for me, you know. I mean, I think you are amazing, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I always want somebody like that on my team, you know, because you do have integrity. It don't even have to be about me. It's really about you. You know what I'm saying? You care about what you doing, so you're not gonna give me anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So no matter what, we gonna overcome this. That's the way I look at it. I always want somebody like that, you know, on my team. Period. And I don't care to be honest with you, and I told you this before. I don't care to say I'm not like shy, but I don't care. Right. So I don't care if you say you was the owner or whoever say. At the end of the day, as long as we running this operation. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's my personality. Right. You know, so.
So now that that's out the way, you know, that was just a full circle moment. I'm sorry, guys. As the actual boss, though, what are some characteristics you should have? You know, being that you are running a corporation, you are running an empire, you do have employees, you do have policies and procedures, you do have a lawyer that's on, you know, like, what are some actual characteristics that you must have when you're thinking about running a business as such?
I always say that you have to be very disciplined. You have to be very understanding, open-minded, very strategic, you know, very consistent, and consistent but also flexible, you know, for sure, flexible, because, you know, you may put something in place and think it's all good, and one day it just may not work out, you know. I can't even tell you how many times I had to change, you know, the way I operate on certain things. I'm still changing things today. So, very open-minded, very open to criticism. You know, you always want to learn more. You know, never think you know too much. Right. You know, I don't know if I answered your question. But
that's good. Do you teach your kids about business?
You know what? It's kind of something I'm battling. I don't sit them down and go over it like that, but I let them know every day what we gotta do to survive. You know what I'm saying? I'm very logical. I am so clear. You know I'm so straightforward. So every time I say I'm going somewhere and my children, I gotta deal with the pouting every day. It's like, okay, so how we gonna eat? I'm the realist. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no like, okay, you want this bat and this glove? Well, how you think we gonna get it? You know what I'm saying? So they understand that we gotta make money. Do I really teach them so in depth about business? No, but I mean, working hard and making money and surviving is really where we at right now. We're gonna put a plan in place later. But I think they getting it a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, do you have an expectation of any of them taking over Southern Girl?
Oh Lord, girl. I never thought about that, but my daughter, I think she would be amazing. She's so smart, you know. She scared me a little bit. She's very manipulative, but I feel like Chad, for sure, he is so lazy. I'm waiting. He could never. Lord, unless you come for some holy water on him, take over my business, because he would drive me insane. But he has a heart of gold. But I don't see that happening. But it's like we gonna work with that. But Leah.
Okay, come on, Leah. All right. Is there room for expansion in your company?
Absolutely. Yeah. I was just presented with an opportunity, and you know, I'm having anxiety about that because I don't want anything to go crazy in New Orleans, you know, and I don't like to pass up opportunity. It's not even about being greedy, but it's about knowing what I could do. You know? And so for sure the expansion is there. It's knocking on the door, you know, so it's there.
It's there.
Yeah.
Awesome. What can we expect from Southern Girl Property Management in the near future?
I would say you can expect things to continue to grow. You know, we our prize is looking big. You know, I mean, I want it all. We want to be in every city. I want the hotels. I want all of that, and I'm honestly, you know, kind of trying to touch all of it a little bit now. So I don't even know what we can expect, but definitely more.
We can expect more.
Yeah.
Gotcha. By the way, I love the name. Where did it come from? Southern Girl Management. Is it because we're in the South? Where did it come from?
To be honest with you, I can't remember. It was a couple different things. It was something in that family, but I feel like I was going back and forth with my cousins about the name. I will say that when I first started doing this, I kind of branched off and picked up working with 2 other individuals, and we were gonna work together. We thought of a name. It was Crescent Pads. Crescent Pads. And then stuff just wasn't, you know, all what it was supposed to be, and it just wasn't feeling so good. So I just decided to go on my own, and I really do not know, and I don't want to say the wrong thing, where the name came from, but it wasn't something that I really thought hard about. But it just kind of flowed.
It definitely flows, and now look at you now, Southern Girl Property Management. You know, that's amazing. You have a saying: every owner, every boss started as a worker.
Every boss I know started as a worker.
Every boss I know started as a worker. What's that about?
Because I feel like a real boss is working. You know what I'm saying? I think people really get the title boss misconstrued big time.
Okay.
You know, it seem all like, okay, I'm a boss. You know what I'm saying? But it is just, it's really so much more intense than that. You know, we really working. You know, and I don't know how I ran across that, but I felt that was so important. I felt like I wanted to be known every day that we working. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want nobody to get it twisted, you know.
Gotcha.
Ain't nobody getting no handouts.
Okay.
We working.
Okay, I got it.
We getting dirty every day.
We getting dirty. Y'all, we definitely getting dirty every day, okay?
Every day.
Eric Thompson always talks about your why. What is your why? Because, you know, people always say, oh, my kids are my why, you know, and I know, like, when I say, if you ask me, like, what's my why, I always said that from a kid, I always said I would be a millionaire. I always said that I will own multiple corporations. I always said that I was gonna, like, I legit said exactly what I was gonna be as a kid. So I knew within me that that's what it was. So I'm chasing that. Not to say I'm chasing money or I'm chasing this. I know my purpose. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. So it's like, no, I know what my why is. My kids it's natural. You know, we do things for our kids. We want to create a better living for our children. We want to do all those different things. That's a given. But there's that something that's in you. That's that something that is like, I don't care, come hell or high water. That right there, I'm always go.
Like you said, giving the kids, I can't say the same thing as you, as I always said I wanted to be a millionaire. I ain't gonna lie, I never thought about it like that. Because again, you know, I mean, I feel like we grew up, we was good, and at 18, my kid's dad had money, and, you know, we always kind of had. I've been through things, but I never was like, you know, that was never the thought process. I think that my why is to truly kind of, I really want people to understand, you know, to live out your full potential, meaning, I ain't gonna lie, in my mind, I always thought that to really be a millionaire, to be rich, you had to be an athlete, you know, or whatever, doctor, something like that, you know. And I'm like, it kind of hit me like, well, damn, when I really started seeing my potential, and I'm like, I'm a girl, you know what I'm saying? We were really getting the same bag, and I really feel like that became the why, as to I really want people to understand that we can do it too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We can do it too, just like them. You know, it's all about how much you're trying to put in. So when I think about my why right now, my kids, for sure. But more importantly, I really want to be able to be a vessel for everybody else. And it's not just girls for me. You know, it's for anybody, you know, who feels like you're just supposed to be in a certain space. I feel like, you know, really finding out who you are, your purpose, and really going hard. You know, the opportunities are limitless.
They definitely are. If you had to do it all over again, would you?
Yes.
Everything. The whole.
Yeah, because I couldn't imagine without, you know, my children. So I don't know, you know, where I would be. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'd be green married to somebody, you know, not really knowing what real life is about. So I don't really know. I really feel like I don't want it another way.
No other way?
Yeah.
Jade, what do you want your legacy to be? What do you want to be remembered by?
I want to be remembered as strong-minded, hardworking, real female. Honestly, like one thing that I do want everybody to know about me, I'm an open book. I'm all the way. I feel like I'm all the way real. It's no sugarcoating with me, you know. And that's why sometimes it come off, some people can't handle it, but my heart is bigger than probably damn near everybody. But I'm 100% real. If I have an issue with something, I've always been outspoken, you know, and I feel like that is what so many people lack. You know, I am a big communicator, and I feel like that's gotten me a long way. So I always want to be remembered as somebody that always kept it 100.
Okay, for the 100. Okay. We're gonna shift gears a little bit because we've been so serious and intense right now.
Yeah.
I wanna do a little game with you, you know. And so this game is called Truth or Dare. Okay? But before we get to Truth or Dare, I wanna ask you a few little questions. You know, this is a part of the game too. If you had to commit a murder, who you taking with you? Oh, come on, Miss Jade. Let me tell you. Now that's rough. That's not that right now.
She the realest.
Really?
She going down.
Come on.
I ain't never seen nothing like it. For sure. My mom. No questions.
Wow.
I can't even exclude that information. For sure. But yeah.
You know what? I like that. If you had to commit a robbery, who robbing with you?
Oh Lord Jesus. Girl, kind of. Let me think. I could probably think of a couple people off the top of my head.
Ski mask, getaway driver, pulling it out.
Jessica.
She
found it.
Just found it like that?
She's a very good girl. Maybe not a robbery, but I don't think she'll fold in the middle.
I don't think she'll fold. I don't think so.
I definitely think. Oh wait, hold on, Alma too.
I believe that. Alma about that life, definitely. I can't think of your cousin name. What's her name? Nicole.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Nicole is
robbery.
I can see her. But if you had to pull a Monica though and kick down the door and slap the chick, who rocking?
I could probably name a few. But
who the first one you call? I don't care if you're like, it has to go down right now. Who is the first number?
I've been delivered from that person, that lifestyle. I don't even think like that no more. But Nicole for sure. My cousin Mindy for sure.
Mindy
for sure.
That's what's up. Okay, Nicole and Mindy. You know what?
First
of all, your family is off the chain. So I'm sure.
I'm gonna bring my brother with me.
I'm about to say, I'm sure you can bring some more people. So onto this Truth or Dare game. Listen, you have to answer all questions. This Truth and Dare. So I'm just gonna let you pick which one you want. Do you want a Truth or do you want a Dare?
A Truth.
Okay, a Truth. Who is your celebrity crush?
Oh girl, I'm not into crushes.
All the women, like, these y'all are the real deal.
I ain't never been that person, but
you don't have a crush?
Oh girl, Lord, I really gotta think. I don't know. That's really something I gotta. Oh girl, Young Dolph.
Okay, I don't know who it is.
He's a rapper.
Oh, he's a rapper. Okay.
He's just very real, seemingly. But
okay,
let's say I'm not in touch with the world. You know that, right?
Right.
Okay, so I really don't be knowing what's going on. But I've never been like, I'm not like the fan type of person. I respect, but I ain't really like,
Yeah.
But I like him though. I like what he sounds like.
I am definitely going to Google him. Like, you're going to have to show me who he is.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm like, who is that? Okay, now we got to go for a dare. Okay?
Okay.
I dare you to... Do you like to sing or rap?
Oh, I'm not doing it.
Okay, I dare you. So, you know what? I feel like you're more... Since you like Young Dolph is his name? Okay, so we either gonna rap the alphabets or sing your favorite chorus of any song.
I cannot sing.
Okay, we'll rap the alphabets.
Rap the alphabet.
Yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K,
I know you like
L, M, N, O, P,
oh, girl.
Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X to the Y.
Can I get a It's not gonna come out my mouth. I can't do it.
Oh my God!
I was a girl, me and my cousins.
Y'all rap time. I already know. I saw it all over you. big boss.
Oh girl, I don't know how to do that.
See? I mean O-M to the G.
Can I get a truth?
Okay, truth. Tell us something about you that nobody knows.
I'm a little emotionally unstable.
Okay?
I really think people know that. Like,
Because you hold it together so well, and you know.
Yeah, I'm at a point in my life where I can hold it together. I know how to control my mouth, but I have a breakdown about 4 days a week. I definitely need a therapist. So if you got a therapist out there,
If there's any therapists out there,
I'm happy though, but I'm crazy.
you look crazy.
It's not right though.
Sometimes bosses, this is what we deal with. You know, just because you're a boss, it does not mean you're perfect. It does not mean that you have it all together. We are flawed. We are, all those different things, because it takes a lot to be able to build and do the things that that we're trying to do. Okay, you have to do a dare. You don't watch TV, so I can't ask you to act anything out because you don't even watch TV.
I don't watch TV.
Okay, I dare you to come up with your own dare then.
Oh my god, what?
Let me see. I gotta give you a good dare. Let me give you another truth. And then we really doing a dare.
Alright.
Truth. Who is your favorite person?
Oh Lord, that's such an unsafe question. It is.
You have multiple favorites. If you had to pick one favorite.
Can you just give me a little more like favorite and
Okay.
I'm gonna say this, people are in your life for different people
reasons.
give you different things. So I really have, if I'm in this mood, I know I could call this person, and it's kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure.
Okay, I'll ask you this. So when you are sad and you need to be uplifted, who you call it? Jessica. When you are in an uproar and you need to be calm, who you call it?
Lately it's been Jessica. She really understands, everything I have going on. But to be calm, I
know you
believe it or not, I could call Nicole. Because, she's a real firecracker. But when I'm up, she could calm me down.
When you're ready to go party, who you calling? Jessica. So if you want to just chill, who you chilling with? When you want to just chill, kick it, vibe, who you vibing with?
Yeah, I don't need to know all this.
Oh.
Oh. No, I'm not. I don't know.
Oh. Okay, somebody, whoever you are. Okay. So, thank you, Jade, for this entire, interview. It was great. So thank you so much for it. And do you have concerning Southern Girl? If anybody wanted to look you up, or if anybody had any questions, if anything, is there any way that anybody can get in touch with you when it comes down to your business and what are you offering or anything like that? Is there anything that you want to tell the people about Southern Girl?
I'm on Instagram. I don't check it though too often, but I'm working on it. Southern. Oh Lord, I can't even think of my Instagram. I think it's Southern Girl Property Manager, right? But I'm not good with the phone, but you can always catch me on my email. I check my email every day, right? sgpmoperations@gmail.com. And honestly, I wouldn't say I'm looking for anything, but anybody that's kind of, a seller by nature looking for work, I'm kind of always in the space to talk to those kind of people. But that's it.
So thank you guys so much for watching Couch Conversations with Shatara. Until next time, bye!